What's up, guys? Nate Brodrowski from Narrowway Homestead, and the homestead has been in chaos for a little while, and I'm hoping it's going to be all over soon. Haven't uploaded a normal YouTube video in just a little bit. I think maybe I have too many things going on in life, and every once in a while, everything just like hits all at once, and it becomes almost impossible to keep up with. I just try to do too much. But anyway, a bunch of you guys have been wanting an update. I don't feel like making some little short form video that I'm editing and stuff. I'm just going to talk in this, pause in between, and you guys will get an update on a variety of things. First of all, the second homestead, closing on it, attempting to. That should be happening very soon. I still have to look over all the paperwork and stuff because there will be title insurance on this property with an exception, and that is of the people that lost the property in the tax sale. If they come back and want it back, I won't be covered for that. So after a whole rabbit trail into West Virginia real estate law and talking with a variety of people and a couple attorneys, I know what to look for in the paperwork. Make sure that they were properly notified. Make sure that the what do they call it, the deed on record. Look through all the paperwork on that. So when I do go to closing, it is going to be a long and lengthy process because I'm accepting the liability on that, so I have to look at all the paperwork and make sure it makes sense. Make sure it's worth the risk. I think it is, because if somebody were to come back and try to claim the property and do the whole, there's the unjust enrichment thing that's in the law, which basically means if I've improved on the property, they don't just get to inherit all the improvements for nothing. So they will end up having to pay for it. Looks like I should be good. It is possible I can lose the property, but I shouldn't really lose any funding, really. I should be able to be compensated for it if that happens. So I'm just going to check through and make sure everything's good before I sign. The title will be free and clear after a certain time period. So if I do decide to sell it in the future, as long as we're past that date, the next buyer can get regular title insurance and everything will be normal. Obviously, if you guys have been watching my short form content or even the long form content with the sheriff coming here to check up on the sick kitten, I spent a bunch of time actually caring for a sick kitten beyond what, just what was going on online, which actually took me a while to even respond to the people saying, hey, get her to a vet. And I was just literally busy taking care of the kitten versus trying to properly manage a, what do I want to say, a hater outbreak, something like that. So once I got some time to deal with that, I did that, went after the larger creators that decided to highlight me and bring up a whole mob mentality and frenzy, and just called them out, demonstrated the kitten was fine by then, and it pretty much honestly put it to rest. Like, there's still some people out there that are upset, but it it put it to rest. No longer really seems to be any issues with all that. I do have if it does flare up again, I have another plan of how to approach it. Hopefully we don't go there, because I like to be nice and just ignore people that hate me. But sometimes turning the attention back around on them works really, really well. So, but I'd like to just avoid that and move on. One of the people specifically did apologize for her video. She just got caught up in the hype, reacted emotionally. I'm convinced, very sincerely sorry for calling, out the situation based more on her feelings than facts. But, that's what happens, though. These people make videos, they get hyped, and they make other videos, and then it just keeps, like, spiraling out of control. So I think it's all nipped in the bud. We'll find out. I mean, the cat recovering, obviously, is a huge part of, like, making the issues go away. And then, of course, taking her to the vet, which she needed to go anyway for vaccinations and stuff when she was better. I'm mostly just glad I'm able to sleep again at night and not have to, like, wake up and be like, oh no, is the cat okay? Like, what's happening? Do I need to give her water right now? Like, I was just like half panicking about that, like, for probably 3 days, just making sure that she was absolutely taken care of, and because I want her to recover. Yeah, and now we've got a real bond. She's totally bonded to me. Katana's so cool. She's like the coolest cat besides my other 2 cats, who are also cool. But I can see she's going to have more of a internet personality than the other 2, maybe. She does the most adorable things, and not that the other cats don't, but there's just, yeah, she's just a very easy cat to fall in love with. We'll say that. Beyond that, there was some other local drama here involving another landowner and stuff. It is all resolved, totally smoothed over and great. The thing is, when life gets so busy like this, I have ridiculous amount of content I can do. I mean, I could make a YouTube video day after day after day, and just something new, something exciting, you know, lots of storytelling to do, and I'm going to get there. But in the height of when it's all happening, there's just no time to make videos on such things. Videos just have to take a back seat, which is why you're getting this unedited, rambling video of me talking about who knows what. But I got a story to tell on all that. Will and Jesse. Jesse's Will's cameraman from Will Survives. They're in a holding pattern waiting for this closing to happen. I have been on the phone every day. I have been in the office. I have emailed. I have called their other offices. The squeaky wheel gets the grease, right? Well, about 3-4 weeks ago, I decided to be the squeaky wheel, and it's amazing how long it's taken to actually get a result. I was completely going to call this title company out publicly because they were so bad. But I did find out that the office I'm dealing with lost 2/3 of their staff. The people I was dealing with and talking to, I don't know what happened. They had some kind of internal issues. I don't know what, but they lost 2/3 of their staff. There's literally one lady in the office trying to do everything. And so I decided to just be a little bit graceful, like, you know, it seems like they're already down. Don't kick somebody when they're already down. This company's already struggling, particularly that office. I really feel like they could take somebody from another office, drive them down there. They have no idea that millions of people are watching this property closing thing online. I didn't really like flex on them and be like, hey, you know, get this done, or, you know, you'll become nationally famous or something. I don't do that. It's either worth calling them out or leaving them anonymous, one of the two. But I think they've had enough difficulties with employees quitting and stuff, or whatever happened. I don't even know. Don't care. I really just want, you know, I just want the property to get a closing. I want people to do their jobs the way they're supposed to. So that should be happening very soon. What else has been going on? There's been a bunch of other stuff going on. There's been more people visiting or on the homestead that has just made things really busy. Not everybody likes to be online, so I don't put them on here, but it made life exceedingly complicated, to say the least. Pretty much most of that's passed. There are a bunch of people coming this weekend now. There's a public meet and greet on Sunday. I'll be meeting with some of you guys and everything. So all that stuff's, you know, taking some time. Of course, there's the regular homesteading stuff to do, and sponsored videos. I do sponsored videos now and again, but usually what happens is I go for quite a while with not doing many at all. And then, you know, I agree to do some. And then the ones I do agree to do it with end up delaying or whatever. And then everything hits at one time somehow. And then there's a whole bunch of filming and editing and submitting content for approval, you know, because you want to make sure you're accurately representing the brand. So I don't mind submitting the videos to them and be like, is this good? Some companies almost want to come back with a whole script thing. And then I tell them, look, it's not going to work because it's my video. It's my channel. Like, I just make the content I want to make. And if you want me to just be here and like totally be completely ad-like, or worse yet, say something disingenuous, there's a couple companies over the past couple years that have reached out with very, you know, everything's good. I make the video, get the product, and then send it to them, and they come back to me and it's like, can you say you want a free iPhone? And I'm like, no. Did I win a free iPhone? No. So I can't say that. And, you know, usually I just say, look, you know, I'm sending the product back. Can't do it. But nonetheless, it wastes my time making a video for a company that didn't want to be genuine anyway. I'm like, I could say, you might be able to win a free iPhone, or there's a chance of winning a free iPhone, but yeah, if I didn't win a free iPhone, then no. And even if you give me an iPhone, it's not the same as me winning an iPhone. So it just doesn't work. Anyway, sponsored quote free products that you get, like, I will not, it's not totally true. I almost will never do a video in exchange for product only. I need something to I need to be paid for it, because the hassle is unbelievable. I've turned down multi-$1,000 items just simply because there's no paycheck with it. I have to pay income tax on receiving the item. Most people don't realize that, so it actually ends up costing me money for an item. I have to really, really want the item. So yeah, all that's been going on. Actual homestead stuff. I have young kittens. I have a 14-month-old livestock guardian dog. Lots of animal training going on. With these people coming in and out all the time, lots of training must be done with Az to properly interact with them. It's very good for him to have socialization with other people. I have no doubts I'm not going to over socialize him to the point that he wouldn't react to a threat, either with animals or people. He makes his own determinations and definitely has no trouble deciding when he doesn't like something or someone. So I have no concerns with any of that. It's just been busy. Ducks have been trying to infiltrate the garden, pretty much went into the garden, munched everything. The stuff set up to keep the ducks out only works if you're just really on top of it and tying off the netting and making sure that when a section is failed or missing, if you don't get on it right away, yeah, they'll totally get in. So that's been kind of a thing. What else has been going on? I feel like there's been a lot of stuff. Oh yeah, I've got a garage build planned. Contractor's supposed to be coming out here. I knew with everything else I have going on this summer, there's no way I can actively build that and train the animals and continue everything else I'm doing in my life. So I did hire a contractor who's supposed to be starting any time. He's supposed to come out here and have a discussion at some point. So I'm waiting on that. Finances and accounting stuff and selling stuff and website changes and stuff. I just messed around a whole bunch this morning trying to get some stuff adjusted on there. Accountants, I have the worst luck with accountants. Apparently the accountant that's supposed to be doing stuff for me just disappeared off the face of the earth. I'm not sure what the deal was, but I sent him an email. It came back as returned, and then I couldn't go to his website. That doesn't exist anymore. He gave me a cell phone number. That doesn't get me anywhere, and his business line just refuses to accept calls as near as I can tell. It says it's busy or they're not accepting calls at this time. So he's left me in quite the predicament, because I use a lot of full service with an accountant. So a lot of stuff from payroll to filing state sales tax things every month. Like, I have no idea where he left off, when he disappeared, when he just stopped doing all this stuff. It's a total mess. So I'm going to be hiring another accountant. If you're an accountant or you know somebody who's an accountant who knows how to freaking answer the phone and not randomly go out of business, shoot me an email. Like, I don't mind paying for professional accounting services. I did have a different accountant last year. I paid heavily for very professional services. He had a staff and everything, and all they ever did was email each other back and forth. Hey, can you look at this? Hey, can you take care of this? And then 2 months later, nothing was resolved. I'm still getting letters from, some agency just saying, hey, we haven't received this. We need, and I'm just like, when are you guys taking care of this? Meanwhile, I paid them thousands of dollars. And apparently it was all just kind of a joke. So I'm like, well, maybe I'll just go with somebody who's a little smaller, can do stuff in-house, is going to be more, the other accountant was very responsive. He just didn't do anything other than, misfile stuff sometimes. And I'd have to catch it and correct them. And it's like, I don't want to be your babysitter. I hired a professional accounting firm in a big city for a reason. Well, they honestly were a joke. And this smaller company, which had been in business for at least a few years, I've known them for a few years, they just disappeared. Vanished. I don't even know if they're legally allowed to do that. I don't know if I have any recourse. I don't know if I can tell the government agencies that are missing their stuff, like, hey, yeah, you know, the guys I hired, they refused to respond to me and seem to not exist. I don't think they're gonna have any mercy on me though. So I'll probably have to pay some sort of fees, fines, etc. Good news is I'm saving money on accounting fees because I don't have to pay the accountant anymore because I can't even get a hold of them. So yeah, there's been a lot of stuff going on. Running your own business online, selling stuff is really cool, but you have to have somebody who's just on top of managing everything to keep it all legal and above board. And that's just not me. That's not my skill set. That's not what I'm good at. I already know how to build solar, rainwater collection, train animals, save animals from the brink of death, apparently, and a gazillion other things. Filling out forms is just not my thing. Um, I know how to make money to pay people to do that for me, but apparently people don't really want to make money. So I've got some frustrations. There has been a ridiculous amount of stuff going on. Long format YouTube videos will resume. I'm even struggling with short form content. You may see breaks for the first time in 4 years from me um, on short form content because I've just got a bunch of stuff to wade through, and I just can't prioritize the content at all. I can't even prioritize making money at this point. I just have to straighten up everything that's been going on and get somewhere where this homestead is back to being peaceful and normal again without so much chaos. So life happens. It's just what happens, and you just have to wade through it. But there has been just a ton of nonsense going on, and it's a battle to fight through it all to get it all end and get back to a place where everything is kind of making normal. So I'm literally going to dedicate the entire next month to trying to straighten out everything. That is going to be my priority, is just get everything straightened out. No more guests on the homestead during that time frame. Um, it's just things are just gonna have to yeah, get reorganized and put back into position. So anyway, that's what's going on the homestead. It's a bunch of nonsense, and I'd like to once August is over, getting into September and onward, hopefully things are just on track, making more sense, easier to deal with, and go back to being somewhat normal. I mean, this lifestyle is busy enough without all this extra nonsense all happening, but life happens that way. So that's the update. I'll keep you guys updated on closing and anything else that comes up. I know Will is very anxious to get busy over there. I'm gonna have to call dumpster company, a trash company, and a bunch of other companies to come over and check some stuff out. I've got a guy checking out the septic, hopefully today or this weekend over there, just to see where we're at with everything. So just try to keep that property moving moving forward and get it straightened out, cleaned up, and eventually renovated, and give Will Survive something to do. But he's also got his own cabin to build, so however he wants to balance all that. Basically, he knows I'm too busy to even care whether he works for me on the house at all, or if he just decides, I'm just going to focus on my cabin for like an entire month. I'm like, whatever you want to do, dude. I don't even care. I do have to do something with the roof over there to make sure that the structure doesn't continue to get damaged with water. Other than that, I don't have to prioritize a whole lot over there, and that's a back burner project. So anyway, there's the update. I'll see you guys in the next video. When will it be? I don't know, but I'll keep the shorts coming out sporadically, and we'll catch up in the future. Take it easy, guys.